welcome to my show. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Let's look at the painting up here I'll be working from. And you can see it has a beautiful bronze leaf border around here, which really sets the painting off. Look at how the blue reacts against the bronze. Complementing colors are just jumping all over the place. This makes the painting look very rich, and it's in a nice kind of antique-y gold frame. On one of our trips to Europe, we went to a paint company. Whoa, there it is. Here we are at Terra Nigra, which means black earth. This is a flower growing company, and they are a large grower of gerbera daisies near Amsterdam. They play music for the flowers. I asked, what kind of music do you guys play for the flowers? They said Elvis Presley. This is Kathwren looking at a daisy saying it looks like her having a bad hair day. Well, look, there I am. I've got my camera and I'm walking around looking at roses to photograph. From the daisies, we went to the rose garden area. Here, Kathy and I are photographing roses. This flower, or any of them, oh, there's one, might show up down the line on one of the shows that I'll be doing for you guys. Most of the flowers, when we got there, were in the bud stage. They weren't in full bloom. So a few of them were. And there, it looks like it's time to leave. I'm waving goodbye. And it's a good thing that we took plenty of photographs, because we must have taken hundreds of photographs of flowers in the bud stage. Some of them were a little bit more open. So we had a lot of information. Now, the canvas I'll be working on has a gold leaf border. You notice it's more of a yellowy tint. Let me show you, because a lot of you guys out there, when you think of gold leaf, you say, oh, this stuff's expensive. Well, this is imitation gold leaf, which you can pick up at your art store, and it comes very, very thin little sheets. In order to make it adhere to your canvas, they have a glue. It's called a sizing. Now, this particular glue dries tacky. So when you put it on, you wait about 20 minutes until it tacks up, and then you can put your gold leaf on. Way back when my kids were small, and I was doing a lot of paintings, and I would gold leaf the whole canvas. And I would pay my daughter 25 cents a canvas. And she would put the sizing on. She was about 7 or 8 years old. And she'd put the sizing on and wait, and she'd take the leaf, and she'd leaf up, maybe 10, 15 canvases at 25 cents a piece. So it gave her some spending money, and I had all my canvases ready to go. Yeah. Now, a lot of people didn't know that. Little information for you. Let's get started. Now, what do I have on here? I have a little black acrylic. Well, I actually painted the whole thing with black acrylic. And then I took a ruler and measured off. Now, to get these rounded corners here, I used just the outside edge of masking tape, and I used that to make these little half rounds. Then I went in and I put linseed oil, wiped it down, and I'm ready to go. Now, when you do this, make sure when you put your sizing on in your leaf that you really wipe it down really, really good. Otherwise, some of that gold will flake off and get in there. So you don't want it getting off and sticking to your oil paint. Ultra smooth canvas, that's all I use, guys. Saves the brushes so they don't wear down. These are synthetics. They last forever. Just make sure you clean them. Yeah. Well, let's see what we have going here. Now, we're going to start. These roses are kind of hanging down from the top. They're kind of like this. Like that. They're not stiff. We don't want just stems coming down straight, because then you have a painting that's like this. We want this, okay? Now, how do we get this? Well, I don't know. We're going to come up here and think in terms of curves. Now watch how this is good old oil paint. We start up here and we come down and we curve. And then maybe we'll start from here and come down and curve. Look at this synthetic, how that chisel edge, look how it works. And then we come down, there's going to be a bud and we'll turn because there's going to be a bud sitting there. And we'll come off of here and here and some nice line work. You have to get rhythm in your painting. Look at it happen. This is an S curve. Can you see it? Then we'll take another brush on the palette. This is called a liner brush or a twiggy brush or just a brush with the long hair. I'm going to take this and come up here and start putting our line work in. Look at this, what you can do. Look, look. See it? Can you see it? I've one time went out and I photographed these vines. I actually studied what they did, and I noticed they'll kind of curl around and they come out because they're coming out looking for something to hook onto. You run out of paint. Now I made my paint very soupy with medium. Come in here. Now this is sort of what you would call the skeleton. It's going to hold the whole painting together. And it also gives us a place to hook on stuff, whether it's buds or leaves. Now some of these stems, they come out into the light and they swoop back down into the dark. You see that? And then back into the light and then back into the dark. Yes. So we have some mystery in your painting. Don't show everything. Showing everything is boring. Here, maybe we'll have a bud that's going to sit right there. This is how it starts. This gets the imagination going. You have to get your imagination going somehow because that part of your brain in most people is just dead. It's asleep. It's gone to sleep. We have to wake it up, and this makes it happen. Let's come down to the palette. Now we're going to take some yellow and green and have some fun. I hope you guys get a chance to watch all of the shows that we're going to be doing for you. We're getting into birds. Kathy's coming on doing all kinds of neat stuff. She's going to do a rooster. Yeah, Kathy being, people out there going, who's Kathy? Kathy's my wife. We're actually going to do a show together, I think, down the line, which is kind of fun. We do a show together and she gets a hold of the brush and she won't let the brush go. I said, give me the brush. I need to do some work. She goes, no, I'm not finished yet. You'll see that show coming up. Look at that. What am I taking? I'm talking all my time away. This is royal mauve. Don't just make your leaves green. Let's get some color into it. Yes, there. You see that color? Look at that. Mauve, the color of royalty. Because back in the early days, the 1500s, 1600s, when mauve was discovered, it was just too expensive for the average person to buy, so only the kings and the queens and the princes got to wear this color. Not fair, but that's the way it was. All the poor people, what did they get to wear? They had to wear beiges and browns. Poor guys. But it was an expensive way of making a dye. Actually, when it was discovered, it changed the garment industry because now they could have all these wonderful garments made out of mauve color. They dyed them. This was unheard of. And so people went nutty for this color. It changed the garment industry later on when the cost of producing mauve when the prices came down, so everybody could afford it. Look at that. Look at the, whoa, look at the blue. Look at that color up there. Let's play with mauve. You think of leaves only being green, boring. Boring. Let's get a purpley, let's get some of that rich mauve going. I'm a mauve nut, so I use a lot of mauve. And here's another one going in. And maybe we'll, on the top, we'll get a bunch of little stuff, what we call filler, going. We just hit the brush. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Let's have some of that maybe mauve and black. And have some of that drifting off. You might not be able to see it, but it's there. It's just drifting off into nothing. So we went from the light into the dark. Mystery. Yes. Look at that. And play with color on your palette even before you even get up here. You'll be surprised what you can do. Mix. Don't do a painting. Someday just sit down and mix color on your palette. Get yourself a color wheel. When I was first learning how to paint, I had a color wheel I would tape to my canvas. Here's a color wheel. This is what a color wheel looks like. And you could pick these up at most art stores. But the beautiful part about this is your range of colors. Like right now, remember, we're putting in some of this purpley color, right? Purpley. I'll find you. Purpley. So you say, well, what kind of colors go with this purple color? Look straight down, and there you are into your beautiful yellows and beautiful greens, which we have in our leaves. Well, you have your yellow and green, and you say, well, what color flowers should I put in? Go right on up here, and whoop, what you're going to find is red and orange. Those will be the colors of our flowers. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this stuff. Get a color wheel and just pick out what you want. And there you are. Simple. A lot of artists want you to think that everything is spooky stuff, that, oh, you were born with it. I'm going to tell you, you can learn all this stuff. It's simple. Let's put a rose in. We put a dark in first. This color is called deep burgundy, which is nothing but a nice deep red. And in it goes, nice and loose. I put a little touch of medium with it. All we're interested in is the outside edge. We don't care what's happening in the middle. And we're just going to put that on there. You might just barely see it, but it's there. Whoop. All right, we're going to take some deep burgundy, and we're going to put some of that over here. Just block it in. Now, you guys, if you can't work from real flowers, go out and get some silk flowers, because those are wonderful to work from, too. It's not like the silk flowers are not like they used to be. They are really made really wonderful. The anatomy of the rose is right there in the silk. I'm just blocking in stuff. I'm going to come way up here because I see there's another. See that bud? Now, no medium. This is dry. All right. Did you see that one? Yeah. Okay. Now, it might be hard to see, but again, it's there. Little guy right here. Whew, just a little one. Now, right here we have a rose, dark. See it? And down here we have another one, deep burgundy. Now we're going to go inside of that with some black to establish our nice dark center, just a little black. And then we're going to pull that out. This establishes a nice dark inside. Now watch what happens when we're going to come down. Woo, boy, we have all kinds of color. We have a beautiful magenta rose. What is that going to do? Oh, yeah. Now, this is the belly of the rose. And then we come in, and we'll pick out some what they call foreshortened edges. You see it? See how simple it is? We'll come around the back side, right here, and just twist the brush. Now, this is the middle tone. It's not the highlight. Now we're going to come over to some petal pink, but we don't want to use it straight, so we might take a little magenta rose just to kind of calm it down a little bit. And let's put, whoa, honey. Look at that popping. Yes. And if it's popping there, it's going to pop there, 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 there. Look at the rose popping. We're going to take that magenta and we'll come around and let's get just a hint of some petals. Don't overstroke it. As soon as it says rose, that's when you just get back out. A little more of this pink color in here. All right. Now you can take a little of that petal pink and white, and we'll find a little highlight right here. You see it? And just kind of work it in. And you might find a little shot here and here. Not too much, because it'll be popping too much. We're going to go to the next one, petal pink, magenta rose. Find that belly. We always start with the belly. We're going to come back over here. You can work on both roses at the same time. And then we'll come over and find, so you can actually stroke it in like this too. See? Pick those petals out of there. And up here. One stroke overlaps the previous stroke. Then we'll come in down here, turn the corner, come down, and towards the back, just a hint that there's some petals towards the back. The less you do to a rose, the better. As soon as it says rose, you stop. Let's take our pink and our white, just a touch of white. Watch out for white because it can get way too light on you really fast. And some foreshortened edges. Make sure you study the rose, guys. Get yourself a silk rose. Don't even paint, but simply sit down with a pencil and paper and draw the rose, because that's all I'm doing is drawing. You can learn how to stroke the canvas, which is pretty simple, but it's the drawing people have problems with. Maybe a little shot. See how you can come out with little things, but not too much. We have a little bud down there, you see. Get that guy going. And leave a little dark inside, so it looks like we can see right inside that fellow. Then we'll take a little foliage green light. And let's put a little greenery on there. And here. See how I wiggle the brush there? And a little on the other side, maybe something coming out of there. And where else? Oh, we have another bud up here. Let's take orange and a little magenta rose. Yes, these are flowers. Let's get colorful. Whoa, look at that color bouncing off of there. I bet it really is. Paint I'm using has plenty of pigment in it. It's not this soft stuff that you find out there. Foliage green light. Ooh, I ran out of yellow. So we're going to take a little yellow and stick her out here. Well, looks like my tube is almost gone, but I got enough out of there because I only need a little bit. I'm going to take our yellow, and we're going to have a stem right here. Well, don't forget to put our little hood on. Look at that go. Now watch me turn the brush to the side and wiggle. Wiggle. Oh, look how subtle. We have subtle stuff happening way back there. We have a teeny little bud right here. Don't want to forget the little guy. And why is that up there? It's up there to pull the color on up, so that all of your color is located on the bottom. Oh, I see I can do my fancy little buds for you. Come on down to the palette. Let's do one of my fancy buds. We're going to take magenta rose and a little pink, petal pink. Load up the brush on the side and the flat and pick up some green on the tip. Green on the tip, pink, magenta rose towards the back. And we will go in, because I see some of my little guys. Green comes off first because it's on the tip of the brush. I stop and I push. And there's, oh, I know you're, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, do that again. Looks too easy. Let's do it again. And up it comes. Don't push down too hard on the brush. And push. And come back. And there's, wait, wait, wait. All right, I don't believe that. They must be doing trick TV. Let's put a little hood on top here and here. Now I'm going to do it one more time, because once you learn to do these, you have a tendency to load up too much of these little guys. Notice the stems are not straight, but they're curving and they're twisting. I'm going to do another one. Magenta rose, flat and the side. Green. Now watch it go in. I'm going to put another one in right up here. We're going to come in. First color is green coming off the brush. And it curves around and you push. You can sort of roll the brush. What do you think? Are you calling Harry in? Harry, come in here. He's doing one of those fancy buds. Harry's still mowing the grass. He goes, I don't care. There it is. Look at it. And we're going to put some green. And come in here. Oh, yes. Yes. Notice the droop. Notice how it's drooping over. Now, let's take our liner brush. This is the brush with the long hair, liner brush, twiggy brush. We'll take a little yellow. We haven't used any blue. Let's take our blue, which will make a nice fluorescent green. And we'll take that up here. Yeah, look at how bright and beautiful that is. See, we just brought you the value up, which is going to add more dimension to our painting. We can even put a little green buds in. Watch how this works. You come and you push. You come and you push. You come and you push, and you push, and you push. Then you can take a little of your magenta rose, and you can put a little bit of that in there. See? You see how you can do little babies? Let's do something that is really cool. Oh, before I do that, I want to show you something else. And, you know, you guys are used to working on canvas. Whew. Get a load of this, guys. This is vase painting. Is that cool or what? This is painted on a vase, and this is gold leaf, the same gold leaf I was telling you folks about. We get it going the right way. There. Pretty good rose. Vase. Maybe sometime I'll show you guys how to do these. Here we have another one. This one is full of drippies. But when I turn it around, what do we see? Some roses. Is that cool? Kind of more of a modern touch. And another one. This is painted by my wife, Kathwren. Has gold leaf on the top. And if we turn it, you can see towards the back, you don't have anything because you need a calm area. And as you come around to the roses. Neat stuff that you can do. I'm going to take my little round brush. Let's pick a place where I won't get into my hands into the painting. And we're going to come right in here real close, right about in there. And we'll put a little shadow in underneath. And then this will be a little dewdrop. The light comes in, and then it goes out. Can you see that? We'll just kind of pull it over. Now you can put in a few dewdrops or as many dewdrops as you want. I don't have my glasses on, so the whole thing looks It looks good to me, but it might look weird to you guys at home, but I think that looks pretty good. You can put in, usually 3 or 4 dewdrops look really, really neat in there, but that looks pretty good in there. Now you could, when your painting dries, it's easier to put dewdrops in when it's dry rather than when it's wet, because you can't rest your hand on the canvas, and if your dewdrop doesn't go in, you can always wipe it back off when your rose is dry. Well, there you are. Thanks for watching. Give this gold leaf a try. I think you might like it. It'll set your paintings off really cool. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to smell those roses along the way, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.